Can you guys hear me okay? What's up, Zabas? Smoo? I'm on Restream now. I have no idea what it looks like. But I guess it sends this on everything. I can't send it to Steam. That's the only one. I'm okay with that though. What's up, everybody? Let me test all my my things real quick. So what I'm doing tonight is I'm working on localization in Unreal 4, getting our game ready for translations. The free weekend we just did revealed to me that that should be a big priority. So we're going to do that. How's everybody doing tonight? Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Steam. This is our first time simulcasting to 4 platforms. Can you get? Am I too loud now? I just turned up my my thing a little bit. I noticed that no, it's been under Unreal Engine, and actually, let me show you why. I'm not sure how you even do categories, but so if I go to Unreal Engine, I can't remember how I did this. Let me just go to like Valorant. Okay, so it's directory. So if I go to Unreal Engine, no, category does not exist. That's weird. Can't remember how to easily search this, but anyway, I'm bad at this. I'm bad. I hardly ever go on the Twitch website. Oh, there we go. It was a space. Thanks. So actually, there's not that much stuff in here. There's a science and technology one.
Dig through our follower list. Or is there anyone on in Monster Hunter World you guys like?
I also need to figure out the like a lot of them say team, like Impact Games or whatever. If you go under science and technology, I actually should update this to Unreal because there's a lot of shit under this and not a lot in Unreal. Yeah, I should probably update that real quick. And let me share this to my groups really quick. Okay. I usually do Unreal Engine. What's interesting is Unreal Engine doesn't use Unreal Engine. They use science and technology. So the Restream chat app is interesting. All right, so this is probably some of the most boring stuff of all time that I could ever possibly even begin to stream. So, but it's an important part of the game, so I'm gonna do it. And in the meantime, you guys can keep me sane by saying things to me in chat. So what Unreal has for the localization thing is, let me go over the basics of this really quick. So this is a localization dashboard. When you do a gather text command, it basically goes through all of your files and it gathers all of the text for your source culture. And then I can then you can export this to a PO file that goes to a translator. They translate it, you re-import, and bam, there it is. And what they want you to do, because what will happen, you see there's a lot of duplicates in here because it's generating a different key whenever I'm in Blueprint and I have this make literal text. It's a lot of times if you just do a make text, and I call this yo yo yo, it generates a key for it. But if I put yo 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 the exact same way in like 10 places, it's going to think that's unique because the key's different each time. So what I can do is I can reference a string table and I can go find the exact text and use that same reference everywhere I use kind of generic stuff. So what I'm going to do is I already have some of these things in here. I'm just going to start making links. This is super boring, but it's super important. So because translators usually charge by the word, so reducing the redundancy is just part of the thing. As part of this, I'm also going to have to redo the class select and the team select screen because it's literally a static image in the game. If you guys have played before and you've seen the where it says like Kenshi as the picture and the stats, that's literally a raster image. All the text is in Photoshop, and that's just I can't even go into how bad that is. Some things in the past I was like, well, I'll never have to worry about it until you have to worry about it. So this is a long, tedious process, but I've honestly spent about a night on this, and I've gotten rid of a lot of the issues. And really, when you're doing Blueprint for this stuff, in the past I did a lot of this stuff. It was like setting up these long string appends where I would type part of a sentence and then pipe a variable into a spot. You really should never have to do that. Unreal's a text setup is really good because you can do stuff like you got murdered by dude. Whatever you put in braces, it'll make an input node, so you can pipe variables into the middle of sentences, and then I can use get player name and pipe that into dude, and then it'll assemble that. So you can put variables in your translations. They also have some syntax to do like masculine, feminine word switches depending on language context. I don't know if we're going to go that far, but it's pretty cool. So I have a bunch of what I'm actually going to do here is a lot of this stuff I'm doing in a spreadsheet. what I can do in content browser, let me move this over. I can export this to a CSV. I'll call this family asset table. I've actually been doing a lot of this on Google Drive. I'm going to do import. Find my downloads folder. Friendly asset table. And it did this kind of terribly. But that's okay because I can just delete these. I'm gonna delete the rows of ones that I already know that I have stuff for. Actually, there's some things that are context specific. If I go back to Unreal and go to my string table, I do have some full sentences in here. And what's nice is if I update it here, everywhere I use it, it gets updated. So there's some context in here already. But there might be some stuff that's a little wonky. What I'm hoping is that for the most part, it's better to have a wonky translation than have English that you don't understand at all. So what I'm going to do here is do map name underscore I'm just going to put this key at the beginning, so I'm kind of using this to find stuff. I'm actually going to leave these out for right now. Yeah, I think it's gonna be kind of weird sometimes, but we will do what we can. I mean, for that makes a lot of sense for games. I'd imagine that most gamers are glad to just have them. I would hope. I was surprised. I was looking at the numbers for our free weekend, and it was Russia was number one. Ukraine was number three. China was number two in terms of people that played. Um, So, and then I think it was Brazil and Poland. Like U.S. was fifth in our free weekend. So, and localization was something I wanted to do for 1.0. I thought it was this huge, daunting thing. I did some early research on it last week, and I think that it's really not too bad. I mean, it's this is like one-time tedium, so I'm not that concerned about it. Now, let me see here. I don't know how that one got skipped. So they all have a key to go into an organized space. I think I can do... I'm going to open this CSV on another screen really quick. So what I'm going to do here is paste, split, and then I have most of these. I have most of these in here. Need to delete these and delete these, and then these guys can go up here. I think that lines up. I might have missed a few things, but I did some Sublime text magic, so I didn't have to type all that in again. That's pretty good. I mean, our game could use some icons. Oops, some stuff got... Okay, so these got... I got rid of these. Oh no, I left this one. think I got all those right. I don't think I need this row. And I don't need that row. Also, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these old maps. Perfect. So what I can do now is I can just download the CSV. And back in my string table, I can do import from CSV, import the new one, and it'll reorganize all my strings are now on the table. That's great. Now I can go back to this and I'm actually going to delete some of these. So I already made some links. You can see that the box to type disappears when you link it to something. So I put Gifu. Something I wish they did is I wish you could like select a key in a string table and then do like a select, because it's super annoying to have to do this and then I have to find the right row each time. Like that's kind of super annoying. But it will reduce redundancy in the actual end thing, so it's just something that has to happen. What's really dumb is it doesn't work. It should work, but it doesn't. I acknowledge that that is really dumb. It's infuriating actually, but it's okay. I like clicking a lot. And I mean, part of this is I could have been doing this as I went, but I just don't know. Some of this stuff like didn't exist back in the day. And I'm realizing now that I need to go back to the string table. I think I have redundant game modes. I have dual 3v3 RP. I don't need. Do I have PvE game mode? No, I actually don't. Yeah, I have a lot. I actually have game modes in here a couple times. I'm gonna fix that. So I have 3v3, duel. I have co-op versus AI. I'm actually gonna nuke. I'm gonna insert a row. Game mode, test mode, test mode. Going to delete these rows. Because I can reuse these. I really just need these one time. Co-op, battle, 3v3, duel, siege, assassination, scroll capture. Siege battle, yeah. Okay, that covers them. And then I can also, that means I can leave this one actually. So I'm going to download this again. And back to this. So I should only have like a couple game modes now. There's a couple that I shouldn't have. Wait, I think I got rid of. No, it's getting rid of the wrong ones. That's weird. Did I leave it in the sheet or referencing it? Is that why? I think I left it in the thing accidentally. Okay, that was why I screwed it up. Oopses. So a lot of back and forth. I actually went through blueprints earlier, which would have made for a way more interesting stream. And started fixing blueprint errors and converting strings over to text. Would have been way better than this, but it's okay. There we go. So it has a missing entry because I got rid of the redundant stuff. This goes faster than you'd think. So my starting word count was like 3,600, and I'll be interesting to see what it is when I get through this first pass of everything. It'd be great if you could just start typing the string tag and it would work, but it'd also be cool if you could just select it on another screen and just pick it. Yeah, I'm bad at using dark mode. I probably should. Does Google Sheets even have night mode? I'm a fan of whatever this Unreal color scheme is. Oh, that's redundant. Oh, I see why. Ability name, apple blossoms. Ability name, sweeping charge. Yeah, they definitely need to make this easier to interface with. Like, it's not that bad. You just tank it. Like, this is put on stand up and just work. I probably shouldn't have streamed this, but I was kind of anxious to, after taking like a week and a half off stream, to get restream going and see how that went. Even though this is literally the most boring thing I've ever streamed in my whole life, or probably worked on. I just found out about so I upgraded to 64 gigs of RAM today. Well, I ordered it last week, but Amazon takes a little bit these days. My friend told me about the Great Suspender. It's a Chrome extension that basically, if a tab is inactive for more than whatever time you set, it deactivates the tab but leaves it open. So it comes out of your local RAM, and then when you click the tab, it just reloads it. Um, I thought that would be a slowdown, but it really hasn't been, and it keeps Chrome memory way down. I love it. I wish I had it before I did. Um, what's it called? Um, Before I upgraded my RAM, because Unreal 4 will eat. It'll eat like almost as much RAM as you'll give it. So it's it because I was running out of RAM because since I've been working from home, I've had like work stuff and like Hanako stuff open at the same time. So I was running out constantly, and like after a day or two, my computer was running terrible. It was also due for a good air dust, and I'll tell you, the case that I got, I've never seen a computer so dust free on the inside, and I've never dusted it in 2.5 years. So I was pretty impressed. How many strings are in this now? There was something that told me. Let me go back to the Google Sheet. 176. That's pretty. It's pretty good. It's good progress. Once I get through this, then I can do some. I can start going through more UI blueprints and finding redundancies and. I'm glad it auto alphabetizes your what's it called, um, your string list. That makes it at least it's ABC order. So you just make sure you give it a tag in an area that you can easily track down. Where is there it is. My village. Oops. I'm just gonna add this one lazy way. I'm just gonna actually remove Ronin for now. He is one of the expansion classes we want to do, but it's gonna be a little while. Game mode, Siege. It's crazy how many different times the game modes are in here because they get used in UI in so many different ways. But it all boils down to the same names. This might cut down on UI processing time a little bit. Because text, it does have to process all this text. I also wish there has to be some command that you can do that's like it'll go through all of your text and look for keys that match. Like you look at values and values that match, and then find a key that matches and just set it automatically. Like, there has to be a way to somewhat automate this. All right, I am through this table. That was a big time awfulness. Because eventually I'll go through this and just look for stuff like ellipses that doesn't really even need to be localizable, or I'll just make generic strings for it that might just stay the same depending on the language. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the lobby widget and just kind of trace my way through stuff. And I'm just going to look for so I have these status texts. I'm going to add those to the sheet. I have join attempt UI status, joining UI status, failed UI status. I have join attempt. Not every sentence needs to be in the string table, but it's just a little bit easier for keeping it organized. I'm just going to err on the side of putting too much stuff in here, honestly. There's my new keys. Go back. So UI status, this is called join attempt. This is joining. Failed and no server available. The nice thing is if you know, if I wanted to hire a writer or a designer or a UX person that to make sure that we're not too wordy or whatever, like they could come to this string table and literally look at all the sentences and messages we have and start reducing stuff. So I want to make sure. I think I converted the skill master list already. Ooh, no, I didn't. Oh, there's another one to do. Oh, let me go ahead and do this because I already have it. Ability description, apple blossoms. Thought I did these already, but I guess I didn't. This would be somewhere where it would be nice. It would be like, hey, look at this text. Look at the key. Look at the value. If the value equals something in the string table, just link it to that. I don't think, yeah, I'm just going to do ones that have a description. These are all abilities that we prototyped over time that make up part of the skill tree. You can kind of see under the hood of how the skill tree works. Some of these abilities aren't even in the game anymore. But anyway, how have you guys been doing? It's been a couple weeks. Anyone that's new to stream, feel free to ask questions about the game, about game development, anything of the sort at any time, especially while I'm doing this, because this is super boring and tedious and repetitive. So I am happy to start blabbing on about something while I do this. Oh yeah, those are crazy. All right, all these have links in the table. Let me see if there's any other ones I need to do this to that I can think of. I think I did this one already. Yep, this one was brutal because there were two of them. I think I missed this one. I don't know what I even called these. I think it was oh yeah, menu panel title, server browser. Oh, I guess I do have dual and 3v3 in here a couple times. That's fine though. So yeah, this one's set up. These are store items. Item name. Yeah, I probably do need to do these too. Yeah, well, like, it's crazy that, I mean, they wouldn't do it if people didn't fall for it. So how do I want to do this? I'm gonna do item just by ID. Oops. Ooh, it's 1,000. I almost wonder if I should have, I'm going to do this smarter than this. I'm going to put the weapon name in here. And what I'm going to do is gonna delete these. Crap, it's gonna do item name. That's fine. Actually, I probably need the weapon in there anyway, though. I was gonna actually combine those, but I decided I was like, they might be called something else at some point. Is there anything in these guys that I need to... I think these are just like asset. I don't think there's actual names of anything. Okay, no. Oh yeah, I did those earlier. Let me do... That's dumb. So let's see, somewhere in here I had store stuff. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. Come down to item. Do this, just sorting through my data tables. Oops, I picked the wrong one for that. No, God, no, it's not even close. I think that's one of the most idiotic decisions I've heard in years. Like it's very bad decision. I have no words for it actually. I think it's extremely poorly. I mean, I talked about this with my wife today. I was like, no one can win because if you keep everything shut down for too long, the economy crumbles. People are out on the street. Suicide rates go up. Poverty goes up. Like it's a lose-lose situation. There's nothing you can't. There's nothing that can be done to like fix everything perfect. So it's one of those things that I just hope that the curve falling off doesn't start spiking back up when they do this. The thing that worries me the most, actually, in the South, is church services being allowed again. I saw a lot of churches with full parking lots not that long ago anyway. But any event period where you're like knee to knee, shoulder to shoulder with other humans is a nightmare scenario. And opening the floodgates on that. I mean, at the things that they're allowing, you might as well just open everything. If you're at that point, um, But I've seen a lot of people saying like we're not risking anything until June, no matter what. So like I'd say half the people around here are. Like I've limited my outings to basically like very local coffee shops and like tea places that are empty to support them, and take out of places I really would have loved to see stay in business. And I keep a hand sanitizer in my car. Admittedly, I haven't done that great with a face mask, but I also haven't let anyone get within probably like 12 feet of me, like period. Bot names table. This is an interesting one because I actually like don't want any of these to be localizable. This is just a giant web of. Actually, yes, because we can just make names that fit that culture. Actually might leave these localizable. Oh, that's been awesome. See, if I had some, I would probably use them. When I did Wing Chun, I had to do yard work like every weekend or every other weekend, and my allergies are so bad that I wore it whenever I had to be outside doing that, stirring up dust and all that. But I have some balaclavas and some other things like neck warmers I could probably pull over my face and use. So I got through the lobby. Okay. I could try a gather text just to tell me where errors are. Might do that. Let me do that. See if it's finding anything. Oh yeah, that's totally understandable. What's crazy is I have an uncle that's a respiratory therapist that's been staying with my like 89-year-old grandma, and when I heard that yesterday, I was like, is he insane? Like he's like putting tubes in COVID patients and then coming home to an elder. That's just like, but he's like, I can't sleep at night worrying about her. And I'm like, yeah, but you probably shouldn't be there because he actually got symptoms of pneumonia and got tested and somehow tested negative. Thankfully, but it's pretty wild. Around here in like Woodstock and stuff, like downtown Woodstock, there's people like everywhere in courtyards and stuff, like no masks, just freaking eating takeout next to a bunch of people. Parks are pretty busy, trails are pretty busy. Um, didn't give me log, did it give me output? No, didn't give me. It's supposed to give me logs of why it failed. Yeah, it's kind of ironic to me that a vast, oh, I don't know, I'd say maybe half the people in this country in the United States were complaining about like other countries not quarantining. They need to stay in quarantine, follow the rules, and then as soon as it's really bad here, people are protesting to like reopen stuff because people don't have self discipline, or like read a book, learn something, get a hobby. Like I've literally haven't been bored a single second this entire time. I mean, that's a it's easy for me to say. I'm a game developer, so I can just be on a computer or on a game console playing games and not be bored ever. But it's still. Oh, there we go. There's how you get the log. I gotta double click. Ability pop up. There we go. Ooh, skill screen. That's exactly what I figured I was going to be getting to soon. So let me snip these. Oh man, game sales are insane right now. Like the game industry is killing it. I'm very, very excited for it. It sucks to it sucks that you're in an industry that's greatly capitalizing off of this, but I'm glad we're providing entertainment for people, and I'm glad that I think Maneater will be a surprise hit because of the timing. Like I thought it would do well anyway because it's so different, but it's kind of the perfect genre and type of game for the what's going on right now. So I'm pretty excited for that to come out in exactly a month. Speaking of the Earth, it's pretty remarkable what's been going on in nature. Like Earth is healing itself because of this, which is, I think, a very good thing. So, ability pop up. I don't even know what that is. This? Oh, this screen shouldn't even really do anything anymore. The screen needs updated amazingly. It almost just needs to be a skill tree. Oh god. Oh god. So it's going to string back to text. Class name's good. Ability 1 name. Ability 2 name. Ability 3 name. Oh god. Oh god. Things that I did a long time ago when I was very bad at this. This is such bad. I might just delete all of this and make this screen a generic, like tips, like just just click the buttons. For now, I'll just suffer through relinking this stuff. Ooh, and this is variable, so of course it gets set. Oh my goodness, select nodes. Why did I not know how to do them? Wow. All right, I'm fixing this. I can't handle it. It's so bad. I want to scream at myself. So first off, where am I setting this at? Is this just... Oh my god, Matt. It's on construct. Oh goodness. Goodness, goodness. This is an abomination. Many years ago, Matt blueprints. Do I even want to... Do I want to refactor this one too? I think I do. This should really only have to return one time. I kind of see why it's doing what it's doing though. I'll just get rid of the errors. I knew how to make stuff work, but I did not make stuff clean, that's for damn sure. I knew this was going to have a lot of pain when I had to go back and do localization. That was a thing in the back of my head the last probably 2 years that I was like, yeah, this is going to suck when I have to do this. To be fair, this is only the second night I've had to work on it, and I've made a huge dent in it, so I'm not too worried. I've been pleasantly surprised with bam, there's that thing done. Next thing. And this is a chance to find some bad mistakes and fix them. WB ability tooltip. So I think that's in skill screen. Yep. Ooh, there we go. So this I might get a chance to do some cool stuff. Oh, I'm doing these as bindings. Why? Why? It only needs to be set one time. which is exactly why it glitches and acts weird. You know what? I'm gonna fix this one too. So which one is this from? Is this from description? I don't even need description. Get friendly name. Get costs. Oh my god, it's so bad. But it's not that bad. Skill master, so it's okay, so it gets 2 tables. It's looking at 2 different tables, which is totally fine. So set skill name. And then this is description. And then costs. So this is what I was talking about earlier, where I'm like taking parts of sentences and like setting up stuff. Let me think about how I want to do this. I think I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to make this a string. It's going to just be called like UI skill tree key cost colon UI skill tree cooldown colon. And let me open up the skill tree too and see what's going on in here. I know this is a big one that's going to have broken stuff. Key cost, cooldown, skill name, type, level. Oh my god. That's is it really? Oh my god, why? Oh, I did this so bad too. I'm probably going to fix this as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill out all the strings that I need for this as well. I'm going to do that off screen so I can do it fast. Oh, damn it, I put text. Oh, wait, I didn't put text. Thank you. Thank you, Matthew, for doing something smart. I actually had some foresight for some of this. That pleases me greatly. Oh my god, I hate when things auto complete and it thinks you're typing the same thing, but it doesn't. It's really annoying. Actives. Do I need to do level? I think I do. Oh my god, Google Sheets, stop adding characters because you think it's a repeat of another cell. The worst. So here's what I did. I looked at all the text in the skill tree, and here it is. I made all of the strings that I needed based on what I saw in there, and I'm going to update the string table to have all that. Should be a bunch of UI skill tree ones now, and there is. So what I'm going to do is where this is going to become a horizontal box. And let me see how I want to do this. So what I'm going to do is this is going to get called label key text key. It's going to be separator. Going to remove binding. It's going to be UI skill tree key cost colon. This is going to be 30. Separator, this is going to be label cooldown. So I'm going to re-architect as I go just to make localization easier and cut down on how much redundancy I have everywhere. This is a good opportunity just to make our UI cleaner. Skill tree key, no, it was cooldown colon. And I did an extra one that I don't need. It's fine. Gonna remove that binding, remove that binding. So when you bind something to text, it runs that every tick. It's very bad to do that. I did it all over our UI, and it was very dumb to do it that way. So what I need now is text key needs to get set, and text cooldown needs to get set. And that needs to be key cost to text and cooldown to text. So then what I can do here is I'm just going to nuke these functions. They're useless. And this guy can go away. And there goes that. So that's done. Now to do this guy. Objectives HUD. Let me do that one really quick. That'd probably be an easy one to do. Objectives HUD. Oh goodness. So this is destroy, defend. Let me get those in here. I don't think I put those in here as anything yet. What would that be? It's like gameplay alert. Let's do this. Let's do it as gameplay alert, generic, defend. Let me see if there's anything else I need to do in this. Oh yeah, capture. Okay, let me make sure. No, it's just that. Okay. Did I download this again? No, I didn't. So current objective name, it's going to change to text. So how do I want to do? Oh yeah, I know how I can do it. I can, so the objective name was first. Let me do that's going there. That's how I could have done the key and cooldown one too. But it's fine. So what I need now is a select with, this is the first index. Gonna plug that into this just to turn it into text. Now, damn it, it does the, and then this is gonna go into another select where this is false. This is the next one. It's going to be gameplay alert generic capture, and there we go. It's so much easier than append strings, and all this time I thought append strings were so much easier. They're not. So now I can make this gameplay generic. Destroy is false, and defend is true. So there's that one. There's a couple more. I have gameplay alert for objectives. Control. I'll just call it generic. I'm actually okay with this. So these do have spaces in them. Oh, does it really do that? That's so stupid. Actually, that's not stupid because I don't want the combination of them to be localizable, just the original message. So we need a couple more of these. Couple more of these. Active in. So there's time remaining, I think. Yeah. Next objective. I don't know if time remaining actually needs to be localized. Anyway, I think that covers those. So back to this. Ooh, can I make this unpure? and just set this. Ooh, I can. I might do that. Oh, I see what it's doing. So for this one, I want another format text. UI skill tree, UR master, UR master class name, pipe that in. There's going to be, I need a select node with this. It's going to be that, master skill points is that. If false, do that. If true, do that. And output. So skill tracking, populate skill data, skill name. That one, actually, I see why I'm doing that. I thought I could have swore I did UI label, stats, active, active. Oh yeah, I need another one. Stats, talents. Description, that's good. Key cost, that's good. So XP can go there. XP can go there. Bubble can go there. And this can just go out. So skill tree's done, objective is done, skill screen loadout. That sucks because I have to basically just like duplicate this again, do this work like a second time. Oh yeah, some of this will be kind of easy. I'll do it quickly. Ooh, did I not do skill description for the other one? Oh no, it doesn't have that. Label stats. This is skill name. So I really just need to copy the functions from the other thing. Set label, level label. I don't even think that's used in here. So I think that's all the errors that I had. I'm gonna try. Let's see if this works. 3312. That should come down considerably. And then I am gonna probably wrap up for the evening. There may be another round of problems, but anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow probably. Nice, it worked.